Okay, clearly as you can tell, I just got back from work. I posted the translations on Twitter, and oh my gosh, we have got some stuff to talk about. So, I got my trusty tea. You know this is going to be serious. Let's just roll the intro and let's get on to it. What's going on, everyone? TallenV back here, and today we just got the official post on the Japanese Dokkan Twitter page about the EZA for the big one, AGL Vegetto. Also on the side is the Int 18 and the STR 17. I'll get into those near the end of the video. So, the big question is this guy what we all wanted him to be? So, and two initial questions right off the bat that everyone is probably asking themselves right now, is asking everyone on Twitter, asking on YouTube comments, you name it, is first one, is this guy the uber powerful, ultra best card in the game no matter what, down with LRs, all that stuff? No. Is this guy super powerful that he is going to finally take the spot from into Janemba as the best EZA? Potentially. I think probably yes. I just don't know. I need to actually test them out myself, okay? So before anything, obviously you see that my translation's right here in front of them. I'm going to go over them real quick. People are doubting my Japanese. It hurt me on the inside a little bit, I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to go over it real quick. I'm just going to read obviously what you have in front of here. And then let's just talk about this, okay? I'm going to go over my thoughts initially when I saw him, because I will admit, seeing it on paper, like, or just in picture form, I should say, it does look underwhelming. You're kind of sitting here going, that's it? Really? Like, what's going on here? So, let's take a look at what he does. Okay, so, leader skill. AZL types, key +4, stats up 100%. That was to happen no matter what, right? We've seen that happen with all of the EZAs that have come out that are all the 70% leads and everything like that. Cool, whatever. All right, SA, immense damage, obviously still. Raises allies' attack by 35% for one turn, okay? So, as you know, what is it, a 5% bump up from his post, or his pre-EZA? It's either 10 or 5%, whatever, it is what it is. So he's a nice, obviously, you know, he gets a super attack off, gives a nice little boost to everybody that continues down the turn, because generally you have this guy in the first or second slot, and yeah, okay, so it works out pretty well. All right, passive skill. Okay, real quickly, I'm going to say this right now, because I thought maybe this was kind of known after 4 years of doing this. But if there's a comma, then that means whatever's beforehand is not really affected by it unless otherwise stated, okay? So, first off, mitigates damage by 80% and counters with tremendous power, okay? Normal attacks only. That has actually not changed in his passive at all. The exact kanji and everything is exactly the same. For some reason, there were translations going around about him having dodge. I don't know where people are getting the dodge from. There's absolutely no dodge kanji in any of these pictures, so... Anyway, so he doesn't get dodge, okay? So anyway, 80% mitigation and counters like normal, okay? Okay, if your HP goes below 40% or below, then you get to see the enemy super attacks. I'm gonna get into that in a second here after I read this last part, okay? Then, finally, if you are attacked, then attack and defense up 40% for that turn. This is, of course, not tied to the 40% HP or lower. I had to kind of clarify that because a lot of people thought for some reason it was, but that's not the case, okay? All right, so that's all that's really changed in him. There's really not much else to the EZA for AGL Vegetto, okay? So first off, before we get into the attack and defense part that he gets and just overall what I think, you know, overall just what he looks like and everything, the whole 40% HP or whatever to see the enemy super attack, the ability to see an enemy super attack while always nice and always good and not having to take up an item slot because they refuse to open up those last 2 item slots, I don't get the 40% HP part. If this is their attempt to, I guess, balance, which in a single player game, whatever it is, what it is, you can have your own thoughts on that. I personally don't really care about it. In terms of, you know, if they have balance or no. I mean, still, you got LRK and Khalifa. So, you know, again, all that balance nonsense goes out the window in my personal opinion. But anyway, no, let's get back to what I thought. I think that's kind of weird because with this guy, the only way you're getting below 40% attack is if you get super attacked like twice. I mean, yeah, I know he can't tank a super attack really to save his life, even if it's type advantage, but you know, whatever, it is what it is, I guess. It's one of those nice things that maybe if you just happen to be on the wrong turn, like you get hit really hard on one turn and then EZA AGL Vegetto here comes in, and you're like, oh, hey, look, I can see where the super attacks are. Oh, by the way, I'm going to heal up now with an attack boost and just destroy the enemy, right? Then, you know, I can see something like that. Sure, no problem. But I think when people see 40%, you're kind of thinking to yourself, Vegetto was never really hit against Boo or anything, and this is clearly the Vegetto from the Boo times. It just seems a little random to give him that, so it is what it is. Okay, now the 40% attack and defense, okay? Yes, on paper, that does look low, right? You're probably thinking to yourself, like, did they really just randomly just roll the dice on a number and give this to him, right? Like, is that really what they did? And again, like I've stated many times already, just in this video alone, initially on paper / picture, it looks low, and it just looks like, it was just like, you guys just randomly gave him some numbers to clarify, you know, to make it look like some kind of EZA, but overall it really isn't, right? But then you have to remember what happened with Janemba when he got his EZA, right? He had 80% attack and defense. And initially, when we all looked at that, we thought, okay, you know, 80% attack's not bad. It's just not the greatest or anything, right? And now all of a sudden, Janemba on most teams is spitting out 2, 3, 4 million attack stats, no problem, right? He just has to get hit once, and that lasts for 4 turns. So with AGL Vegetto, it's a little different, right? He gets attacked, and he gets that 40% attack and defense for that turn, okay? Now, obviously, with AGL Vegetto, if you've got an event where you're getting attacked a bunch, you're going to throw him in wherever all the attacks are going, unless it's off rotation, you know, because you usually want to keep him on rotation. He's going to get hit a lot. So that happening right there is not too bad, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be in the first slot because, you know, the super attack, while, yeah, maybe you're going to miss out. If you put him in the second slot, let's say, you might miss out on that 40% extra attack, which is definitely calculated, you know, however it is. You know, you're going to look at that and go, okay, yeah, it's not going to be the strongest attack, but then you have to realize you've got like maybe 4 or 5 just attacks coming in on you. Even if one of those is a super attack, you got 4 others that are going to get mitigated by 80% damage, and he's going to counter all those. The moment he's hit for the first time, that additional 40% attack does get calculated into his counters. Again, however they do it, when it comes to calculating all the Dokkan attacks and everything like that, that's not something I prefer to really do. But, you know, again, people will post these numbers on the Reddit and everything like that, so go ahead and check that out when that happens. So when that happens, the dude's gonna be countering like crazy, right? If we compare him again to the EZA Janemba, at face value, I feel like Janemba, you know, is maybe better. And again, I'm saying at face value because Janemba just does everything, right? He guards against all types. He dodges the moment he gets attacked. He attacks, again, for between a 2 to 4 million attack stats, depending on how you have your rotations going. He just does everything, right? There's not anything that he does. He's good at everything, okay? Whereas Vegetto, at least, again, this is all on paper. We haven't tested him out and everything. We just see what we see already through my translations, and we're just like, oh, well, okay, whatever, it is what it is. But the way I personally look at it is that he is going to get, you know, let's just say you put him in the first slot, okay? We'll put him onto a Super Battle Road stage or some other event, right? And he gets hit in the first slot, okay? He gets that 40% attack and defense, and he starts just countering all that stuff, okay? Initially, right now, rainbowed out Vegetto on, you know, some of his best teams that you can run him on. He does about 500,000 to 600,000 per counter or so, give or take. Obviously, as of right now, physical Vegetto is clearly the stronger one because he gets that attack for every single counter that you have to do, or every time you get hit, basically. So that's nice, okay? So with this 40% attack, the SA increase to 15, and then the attack stat, which I believe comes out to about 19k. I think the Dokkan Wiki put in the initial stats because, you know, we can calculate the EZA stats no problem in terms of just simply what their attack numbers are going to be based on all the other EZAs we've gotten. That 19,000 attack stat is all of that stuff put together per counter attack is going to do crazy amounts of damage. I'm going to take a wild guess right now before, you know, we obviously get to test him and everything, unless Hydros is doing it right now because I know he can, you know, change his emulator and everything like that. I'm going to say he probably does around 1 million per counter, maybe 1.2 or so. Again, just throwing out a rant and kind of an estimated guess here in terms of what he could do per counter. I'm not really considering criticals or anything. And then in terms of the super attack, okay, so you have to remember one thing that I personally do forget sometimes when it comes to this, is that every time you're getting attacked and doing the counter mechanic, that is increasing your chances to do an additional super attack, So if you get, say, attacked 4 times, and then all of a sudden it's finally your turn to do the super attack, you've got a chance that it could do an additional super attack, and you could do an additional 35% to all allies, which does include yourself, thankfully enough. That is calculated obviously a little bit differently than simply raise your attack greatly for 1 turn or raise your attack greatly infinitely or whatever the case may be, right? But again, nonetheless, he's still going to be, I can see it now, he's going to be doing crazy numbers, okay? So obviously his best team right now is probably going to be the Potara team. I think physical will be thrown off for most people, and Agl Vegetto will go in there, okay? Again, we'll have to test him and see exactly what he does, but I wouldn't be surprised if this guy does overshadow Janemba in terms of attack stats, okay? And even if we want to take out the counter argument, right? A lot of people, when it comes to something like comparing LR Vegetto to another LR or some kind of Vegetto unit to some other card, because it's like, well, you can't really count the counters because sometimes a rotation is only gonna have 4, people, 4 attacks coming in. 1 turn, you only have 1 person, you have 1 attack coming in, right? So even if we take out the whole counter argument, I still think he's gonna be doing probably, I don't know, 1.5 to 2 million attack stat right there. So if you're going to just use that right there, then yeah, Janemba's probably going to look better in that regard. But the moment you start to count it, to take into consideration his counters, which is half the unit basically, that's what a lot of people see Vegetto as, right? You're going to throw him into the 10 attacks coming in at you because he can counter most of those, okay? Granted, you still want to be a little careful with the super attacks and everything, activate an item if you're on Super Battle Road, Legendary Goku event, the whole 9 yards. But if you do that, again, let's just say 10 attacks are coming in, 9 of those are, and 1 of them is a super attack. 9 of those are going to be normal attacks. He's going to mitigate and take absolutely no damage from that, and he's going to be countering with a chance for those will also be criticals if you got dupes into him. So he's going to be doing some damage. He really is. I don't know. Again, I feel like we're saying this. I'm a broken record already. We'll have to compare him to an LR Vegetto or something in terms of doing the counters, but I think he's going to be doing some good damage. I mean, LR Vegetto right now, Rainbow Stats on Potara team does about 1 million, counter damage with a critical on the Legendary Goku event when he's ints. Give or take. Obviously, I'm not factoring in support units and that kind of stuff. So, will he break that? Maybe. I'm not sure. So, I'm definitely interested to try him out. I will again admit, looking at him face value, we just simply look at the text, not knowing the internal stuff that happens when we've seen in Janemba be in this exact same situation of just simply getting 80% attack and defense when he gets hits. It's nice, and plus he gets initial defense. That's something that was needed, okay? Now, do I think 40% is a little low? Maybe. I think it would have been nicer just to see a nice clean round number of 50%. I think that would have been a little nicer. Would I have liked more? Yeah, obviously. I mean, admit it right now. Admit it. You would have loved to see this guy get 80, 90, 100% attack and defense by getting hits. And even if they threw the 4-turn thing on like with Janemba, the dude would be amazingly overpowered. He'd be awesome. He'd be number 1 card, right? And nobody would care. And I think that's unfortunately, maybe we set our expectations a little too high. I personally did myself. So when I initially was translating this, I was like, okay, yeah, he's powerful, but I do feel like he's a little underwhelming to some degree. So I don't know. Like I said, the EZA will come out on Thursday, Japan time at 5 p.m. We'll get our 30 free stones, all our orbs and everything like that. I've even got an extra copy of them that I bought with a blue stone a while ago to get him up to SA 15, so I don't have to waste my AGL Grand Kais that will be given to us via the EZA battle system. So, and then we're going to be testing them out. So, yeah, just let me know your thoughts down below, guys. I mean, this tea, I'm almost out of it right now because I've been like, oh my gosh, what is going on? So, let me know your thoughts down below. Do you like them? What do you wish had happened and changed? Again, like I said, in a perfect world, I would have preferred seeing the super attack thing, like maybe 80% below HP or something like that, or even 70. I would accept 70. I think I'd accept 70, no problem. And in terms of the attack and defense, just because I wanted this guy to be the OP card, to be just crazy, crazy powerful, I would have liked, 80, 90, 100% attack and defense. He didn't need it. 40% attack and defense. I guarantee you with, again, the attack increases, or the attack stat increases, the super attack in terms of the 35% to all allies, and then he gets hit a couple times after he's launched a super attack, it's going to make him super powerful, and I'm sure he's going to be putting the numbers in no problem. Just, you know, sometimes you want things a little bit more, right? It is what it is. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Oh, real quickly, I guess just to say, Int 18 and 17, the STR 17, their leader skills are fodder, to be honest. They do raise attack or defense depending on which one you have. Obviously, again, the picture's been in front of you guys the entire time. 18 is basically changes rainbow orbs to into orbs, attack and defense up to 80%. If you have 17 on rotation with you, then she gets an additional 7% attack and defense and a medium chance to dodge. And then this doesn't need 17 to be there, but she mitigates damage by 17%. 17 does the exact same thing, except he has a crit chance instead of a mitigation. And then he has a medium chance to do an additional attack instead of dodge when you have 18 on rotation. Good buffs and everything. They're, you know, obviously meant to be run together, although I don't think most people will be running them on rotation together. It just so happens that if you do get them on rotation together, they're going to be that much extra powerful. So, you know, they're nice. It's cool always seeing EZA and everything like that. I don't even think I have the SCR 17. I think I might have bobbed him or put him into an SA of another 17 because there's so many Android 17s in the game. So, you know, it is what it is, right? So if you have them, great. I'm sure they're really good. But the big one, of course, is the AGL Super Vegetto. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, guys. Good, bad, wanted more, perfect, wanted less, all that stuff. I don't know who would say wanted less, but hey, it is what it is, I guess. So anyway, that's me for the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Make sure you come and check out my Twitch streams this week because no matter what game we are playing, we're going to be talking about this guy. I'm going to be playing Smash Brothers or any other game. We're still going to be talking about this AGL Vegetto pre and post release on the game. So come on by, chat with us, let me know your thoughts and all that fun stuff, okay? So anyway, again, for the final time, that's going to be it for the video. Leave your likes down below, leave comments as always, and until next time, everyone, I will see you all in the next one.